Hey guys, Tbull here. Today we got a game in the Summers CE Collector's Edition Mordoff. Who the hell is that? Halsey. He's Halsey Plus. Basically a Halsey build with a little bit of pizzazz to go with it. Alright, we got a two brothers capture the baseball game. One of my most requested videos ever. Why is that? Well, a lot of you guys saw this game from Zarkoon. You see it down there at Atlantico on our team. You saw it from his perspective. He was streaming. Now, unbeknownst to me, Two Brothers is a very localized map, right? I'm on the east. I know who's with me on the east. I know who I'm going against on the east. That's all you need to really know. I mean, there's a lot of maps where you kind of have to be paying attention to the entirety of the thing. And yes, I mean, you need to understand your game situation on this map as well. But for me to go, let's say I deploy two squares in front of me, to go, to the other side of the map, that would take about between 5-7 minutes. I mean, it's an onerous thing. You gotta understand what you're trying to do when the match begins, and you need to stick with that game plan and keep an eye on development. So generally, for capture the base mode, which for a long time was the only mode you could get on this map, but it's still probably, I think it's the more common map or common game mode still. You kind of have to go into it with the idea of, I'm going to win my side, or at least try and play my side, and then I'm going to go back and defend the base. And if it isn't required that you need to go back and defend the base, well, you lucked out. You happen to have a good team. Very rare. But usually, they're going to be fully committed to whatever they came up with when the game started, and someone from the red will be coming up the gut, or they'll be winning the side you're not paying attention to. Getting back to defend the base on this map is probably the hardest capture the base mode base defense in the game, just due to the fact that you got these giant islands in between you and your own base, and if you're not paying attention, you get a little sloppy, or you assume your teammates are going to cover for whatever reason. You don't have enough experience to understand that your teammates generally won't defend the base. You'll learn the lesson very quickly on this map. This is a very easy map to lose games when you're up 3, 4, 5 ships. So we don't want that to happen, certainly. But as a destroyer over here, we're on the flank now. We're very aggressive. Holy smokes. We're over the equator, actually. Wondering, we got Twist and Track suggesting something to the left, which we just spotted there. Very aggressive. Okay, ZF6. Trying to get some torps on here. Decent launch. There's a lot of those battleships, cruisers, they want to kind of park behind those outlier croppings, or whatever you want to call them, peninsulas. They want to sit there for the whole match, or at least the first half of the match, and just kind of lob shells. So that was the idea with that aggressive angling there. But as soon as we get spotted, we need to disengage. And basically, we need to understand our role. As a destroyer, capture the base mode first and foremost. I mean, the spotting role is exaggerated, right? We're not trying to capture individual bases. Still trying to counter enemy destroyers. These are the typical destroyer roles that we talk about a lot. But spotting, elevated. And especially in capture the base mode, the teammates' passivity goes through the roof, right? They do not like to move around in this game mode. And my God, if they can find a clump, a black hole formation where they can group up and huddle together, they're going to do it. All right, so your ability to find good spotting angles is going to be paramount. All right, we didn't necessarily drive those support ships out, but they went into the middle of the spawn. Now we got a ZF6 more or less solo. We do have support fire from the right. We did note that. We got support fire on our team coming from the left. We are noting that as well. I'm not seeing torps. If this guy's torping, he's shooting his gun. So, I mean, he's probably doesn't have torps available. We're taking a lot of damage, by the way. Okay, we did just win Destroyer v Destroyer fight, right? That's job number 1 for destroyers. If we don't have domination mode bases to capture, counter enemy destroyers. Yes, great. But that was a expensive play to make, right? Usually I don't want to spend over half my HP to do so. We took a little bit of support fire from the rear. The ZF6 did a pretty good job. He was shooting his guns. He extracted a cost from us to take him off the board. We did win the side, yes, but that was an expensive play to make. And destroyers, whether you're playing them, you're supporting them on your own team, or you're going against them, you need to understand opportunity cost. We call it playmaking currency, HP. Okay, if I have 20,000 health, I can go up against this Bismarck straight up. I can rush him. He can spot me for 5,000 or 5 kilometers, and I can torp him point blank range and kill him. It's going to cost me a lot of HP to do so. Yes. All right. But I can do that. I cannot do that right now. Okay. That's not a play I'm considering making at this point in time. What I'm doing is pressuring their base. We're looking at the map. We're seeing good coverage on the west. We're seeing dudes sitting in our base doing nothing. Okay. That up the guts covered. And we got good pressure on these. So I'm not worried about trying to suicide rush some battleship for no gain. But I'm just saying, when we're playing destroyers, health is paramount. It's basically what play can I afford to make. Okay. Again, we basically bum rush these guys trying to get a point blank torpedo spread into that. Got spotted by the Fletcher. Got secondaried by the Bismarck. We gave up about a third of our remaining HP, maybe a quarter of our remaining HP, 2,500. Expensive play to make at this juncture. Now, if we had 20,000 health, not that big of a deal. But look at this. I mean, we aggressive, potato destroyer play. We're just trying to get in close, randomly torp stuff, and then sail off. Because what can I really do here? I mean, we're trying to spot, yes, but they got a lot of stuff in the smoke. We're trying to get some damage, sure. Trying to pressure the base. All these plays we're trying to make, but the fact that we've lost so much HP just kind of limits the options. Okay, so that's why as a destroyer player, you don't want to just be trading your HP. You certainly don't want to be trading HP to gun down a battleship or something stupid like that. But a legitimate play of, okay, I got to kill this destroyer, he's going to kill me. That was actually a relatively good defense fight from their destroyer's perspective early. Didn't kill me, yes, but they did extract opportunity cost, and they are limiting what I can do, right? You can see I'm playing relatively defensively now. We got the Bismarck pushing. We got the Fletcher on the loose. Why am I shooting here? Well, I'm about to disengage behind the silent. Sure. So I'm aware maybe we'll take a secondary shot or two here, but we're just trying to put the pressure on this thing. Want to make sure, the 3-ship lead that we have in hand right now isn't going to be squandered by half measures. Okay, so I'm trying to inspire the team. Let's go. Let's be aggressive here. And these are basically free shots, right? We're about to drop spot behind the island. Sure, take a shot or two. Takes the secondary guns on the Bismarck. A couple seconds to aim. Not going to cost me anything. All right, what's this here? Bismarck on the ropes. All right, well, we got the torps off. Launch 2 at him. Launch 1 more in the base. That's basically a wasted launch. And we got 2 minutes till the reload, whatever. But the fact that those guys on my team killed the Bismarck, that's good. We can continue to push in towards the base. Again, I want to emphasize that most games capture the base mode, especially on Two Brothers. Usually I'm already going back to defend the base. In fact, the game's half over. I would already be in the base defending the push. But Blue is just straight up winning the fights. They're doing a pretty good job. The pacing is good. We're not sending one ship at a time versus 5 or 6 that are sitting in the spawn. That's how you can lose these mismatched, games. We got our double strike. We got our dev strike so far. So we've done some damage pushing the Fletcher, right? Because he's the last destroyer. Is he trying to push our base? No, but destroyers can always cause problems, okay? We're getting spotted by the Chumfan or whatever else. We do have the smoke available. We're going to go ahead and pop that. But at this point in time, what you need to understand, instead of we're racking up damage or we're racking up score, cool. But what we're doing strategically is we are on the base. We're physically on the base. It's frozen. You can see we're not capturing because the Fletcher's still there. But check the score on top. Every 5 seconds, we get 2 points. How many points do they get? 0. All right, now this is the kind of the play that you want to be looking for as a destroyer in capture the base mode, right? In domination mode as a destroyer, if we get 1, 2, 3 bases, that's hundreds and hundreds of points throughout the course of the match. Capture the base mode, completely different ball game. What we're playing for as a destroyer in this mode, you have 2 options. Occasionally, You can actually outright capture the base. You have to sit on it for, 2-3 minutes? I think it's 3 minutes. It takes a long time to capture the base. It should not ever be the play that you go into the match thinking, I'm going to capture the base. But what you can do is look for opportunities to get on their base. And what that does is it increases our score by 2 every 5 seconds. Doesn't seem like a lot, does it? Well, here's the beauty of the thing. In World of Warships, a battleship is worth 100 points, a cruiser is worth 85, a destroyer is worth 75. Carrier, I believe, is 110. So if we kill a red battleship, we go up by 100. If they kill a blue battleship by 100, or they kill a blue battleship, we go down by 100, right? And if you can do the math, those are equal. Okay, so relying on, we're going to win by killing all the ships, not reliable in terms of score, because it's basically going to be equal more or less. But if we can get on the base, as we've done here, we've been on the base for 30, 40, 50 seconds. All of a sudden, we got a 20, 30, 40, 50 point tiebreaker built in. Okay, now if we have a 30-point tiebreaker, they kill a battleship, we kill a cruiser. Well, if they kill a battleship that's 100 points, we kill a cruiser that's 85. But if we have this tiebreaker built in, we kind of mitigate that, right? Yeah, we can afford to go down on the total ship strength. All right, so a lot of the players going into capture the base mode saying, this is straight up team deathmatch or whatever. We're going to sink. That's all we care about. And yes, often that's going to be the determining factor. But look for opportunities to get these tiebreakers, right? Because I can tell you, I've played, however many thousands of games. I've had hundreds of games decided on score and capture the base mode, where one team got a guy on the base for a little while and they happen to win by 5 or 10 points. All right. So again, and in this point in time, if I'm playing by the textbook, I drop the anchor, I capture the base. Sorry, I got 4 kills. I'm stat patter. I need Krakens. We're going for them. Okay. Now, if this game's losable, I do not care about the Kraken. I go for the wins way more than anything else. That's what I'm here to play for. I'm here to win. But in this case, we cannot physically lose this game. This destroyer cannot gain enough points by sinking ships quick enough just due to his gun and his torpedo reload. So we will go and hunt him down and we will kill him for the Kraken. But textbook is, okay, we will actually capture the base there. All right. So you can occasionally capture a base as the destroyer, but what I want you guys to focus on is gaining the tiebreaker, gaining that 5, 10, 15, 20 point background lead. Okay, because again, typically capture the base mode tends to be the more team deathmatch-esque of the two main game modes. Domination mode, if you're ignoring the caps, you're going to be a horrible player in terms of win rate. Capture the base mode, if you strictly focus on fighting, it's not as detrimental, but you do need to be an elite tier player. You do need to be looking for those opportunities to get the tiebreaker in the background. So, two brothers, the takeaway for capture the base mode is you need to have an eye to defend the base. In this game, we kind of steamrolled them so well that we didn't really need to do that. We were keeping an eye on that, and we were still looking for opportunities to get a tiebreaker in the background. And we'll pick up a Kraken while we're at it. So anyway, that's a look at the summers for you guys. Hopefully you did enjoy it. If you did, please hit the thumbs up. New to the channel, consider subscribing. Lots of World of Warships coming all the time. Questions, comments, leave them below. Love to hear from you guys, and we'll see you later. All right, peace.